Well, hey there guys, Jennifer Kilpatrick here with Coldwell Banker Apex. As I strive to continue to be your real estate resource, I'm super excited to bring you this week's Tips Tuesday episode about the 5 things that have to happen in order for you to purchase a home. Okay, so let's start with kind of the basics. I am a strong believer, obviously, in home ownership. I believe it's one of the first steps that you need to make in order to build long-term wealth. Most people kind of get stuck, though, in the process of picking out a house and don't think about what happens after you go under contract. So this video is going to talk about just that. So the first step in in purchasing a home is going to actually be the financing side of it all. So you're going to need to make sure that you go through and get your pre-approval done before you start looking at a home. The second thing you're going to need to do is talk with your lender about those out-of-pocket expenses. That's normally going to be things like your down payment and your closing cost. If you are a first-time home buyer, make sure you discuss with your lender some of the opportunities or grants and things of that sort that are available for people just like you. The third thing that you'll need to think about when it comes to your finances is thinking about the out-of-pocket expenses that come with the contract. Those things are like your earnest money and your option fee. In this market right now, your earnest money is normally about 1% of whatever the sales price is, and the option fee differs depending upon the sales price itself too. All right, so the second thing that you're going to need to do once you're under contract is your inspection. So in this market, normally you have the first 7 to 10 days are what's called a termination option period. So that allows you to have the property inspected and negotiate any repairs as needed. Well, the best way to do that is to get the home inspected. Go ahead and ask your agent or ask some family and friends if they happen to know a Texas licensed inspector that can get that completed for you. Once you get that report back, you are going to be able to go through and sit down with your agent and talk about the things that you would like repaired. Remember, there are 2 types of repairs. The first repair are the required repairs. So the required repairs are things that have to be done in order to get a loan on the house. Those things are normally the roof, the foundation, the HVAC, and any wood destroying insects. The next thing are things that you requested. So it's things that you want done to the house, but are not necessarily need to be done in order to get financing. So that's the inspection part of the deal. The next thing you're going to need to do, the next hurdle I say, is the appraisal. So the appraisal is actually is purchased by the buyer on behalf of the bank to make sure that the collateral, the house, is worth the amount of the loan, your mortgage. So that is normally done about 10 to 15 days into contract, depending upon which type of loan you are getting. So that will be done by the lender on your behalf, and then you'll get a copy of it once that is done. The next thing is your mortgage. So number 4, your mortgage. The mortgage part of it actually has 3 total steps. The first step is done in the very beginning. So those are what I call your personal approval. That's where your mortgage company is going to look at your bank statements. They're going to look at your IRS forms and things of that sort to confirm that you are worthy of purchasing a home or getting a loan. The next thing is going to be the property approval. So from there, you're going to need to make sure that the house is appraised, and then they're going to go through and pull title work to make sure that there aren't any previous liens or anything of that sort on the home. And then last but not least, you'll go in for final underwriting. The final underwriting takes both of the personal and the property, compile it all together to make sure that you go ahead and get your final loan. Awesome. So once we're through that, we have our 5th and final hurdle within buying a home. That is your title. So title actually does a lot of different things. First off, they're going to get you a title policy. So a title policy is basically an insurance policy, just making sure that there are no previous liens outside of your mortgage that you'll be responsible for once you purchase the home. They'll look over the survey to make sure that the property that you are purchasing doesn't have any encumbrances or anything of that sort. The third thing that they'll do is if you have a home in a homeowners association, they'll make sure that they go ahead and pull that resale certificate and any documentation towards that so that you have an opportunity to review those. Once all of that is done, then your mortgage company will actually send the title company all of the needed docs in order to prepare for closing. That normally happens about 3 days before closing, actually, maybe a week, but that's out of the ordinary. So once all of those documents are received by the title company, then you can go through and set your closing time, and the buyers and the sellers will meet at the title company separately to sign their set of documents. Once everybody has signed, then you have what's called closing and funding. So closing is where everybody signs the document. Funding is where your bank and their bank exchange money. Normally that happens about 1 to 3 hours after everybody has signed the documentation and now you are a legal homeowner. So your agent or the title company will communicate with you once everything has closed and funded and you are able to get your keys and move into your new home. So there you go, guys. There are the 5 steps of purchasing a home once you are under contract. As always, thank you so much for watching these videos. If you know of anybody that is looking to purchase, this might be a great video for you to share with them. And if there's any questions that you guys have about real estate, go ahead and swipe up. I would love to hear your questions, so maybe I can answer them in an upcoming video. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.